Okay, so I'm going to update you on what's going on in my world. I had a procedure for an aneurysm that I actually was born with, and it just ground up till age about 70, right? I'm going to round myself up to 70 just because I have to be real careful. I've had the procedure, and I could never tell you when it was because I have so many trolls that it's ridiculous. They will call up the hospital and try to cancel things. It's amazing the evil nature of people. Okay, they canceled my Amtrak flight because I held up the ticket just showing some travel tip, and so the people with little peckers are really a problem. Okay, and that's one reason I really want to leave the United States. Okay, I had it on I guess maybe Friday, the 21st. Okay, it's over with. They did what they called a TBE, which is a thoracic branching endograph, which is like putting a stent into the aorta, and it's one of the two that's ever been done in the city of Fort Wayne. Extremely rare because of the branching part. It went up and then it had a branch over, and so they put two different places. They put a hole in my groin, and then they put a hole in my underneath my arm. Then they ran through the blood vessel, and then they put this thing in there and they expanded it and made a tube. Okay, so the doctor told me that when I got it, I asked him what the recovery time was, and he said, next day. Okay, he said, there is no recovery time. And I've been telling my whole family this, and I said, but none of them actually would pay attention because they are fear-based, okay? I'm not fear-based, and I'm not afraid of anything really, but I'm going to fly probably today is Saturday, so probably about Wednesday of next week, I'm going to fly, I think, to, again, I got to be real careful here. I'm going to fly to Eastern Europe, then I'm going to fly to Israel, okay? So I'll stay in Eastern Europe for about, I don't know, maybe a week or whatever. I won't buy the plane ticket to Israel, but it's just a slight jaunt from where I'm flying to, and it should be relatively warm there. And I can kind of judge my situation from there. But I'm going to play it by ear. Then I'm going to fly to Israel and stay about 2 months. If anybody has any friends that would like to have me as a guest for 7 days, I don't really want it 1 day or 2 days. They got to at least do 7 days because it's just not worth waste. I don't want to waste my time, right? But I can stay in hostels in different places, and I'm probably going to change my travel equipment. Instead of going with 60 pounds of luggage, I'll probably go down to 20, and I'll probably only have like a small carry-on. This is how I usually travel in Europe because Europe is so onerous and so almost ridiculous that the only way to travel in Europe is to almost have no luggage. Then it's okay, but with luggage, it's horrible. Okay, the worst place for me to travel on the planet is Europe. Okay, and I'm flying to Europe. Okay, but I will be carrying for probably the next 6 months less than 20 pounds. Okay, and I'll be carrying my normal carry-on front pack, and I put a bundle or bindle on the bottom of the thing often, and I roll it up. But I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how to do this because I've never really tried to travel for 6 months. I did go to Colombia last year because I was going to go through the Darien Gap before I realized it was just incredibly organized corruption, and I was going to walk. And once I realized that it was safe and whatever, it no longer was an adventure, so I didn't do it. But I carried just my day bag with a little rolled-on bundle, like something like a cowboy would put on the back of their saddle, whatever. And this is a really great way to carry your clothing because it's you can tie it onto the bottom of your backpack, and so it's an expandable backpack. Okay, but I'm in great health, and the doctor told me that the recovery rate was 0. I think he's minimizing. There's 3 different. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 different things that happened. One was they put this TBE, thoracic branching endograph, in there, which is just a tube put into the aorta to block off the saccular aneurysm to make it so that it no longer has a play in the game. So I don't have to worry about it exploding. I asked him how long it would last, and he said, as long as you live. And I said, but if I live for 40 years? And he kind of said, he did say that I could exercise as soon as the really, he says nothing's wrong with the aorta. You don't have to worry about that at all. And then I said, there's a cut on the front of in my groin area where they put this tube in there, right? To put this little, like, I think it's a camera with a, on the end, and it's a balloon thing. It expands. And where they put it in, and that was maybe a cut about that. It seems to be about 3 stitches. I took the bandage off today, and then I'm trying to let it dry out because I was finding that the pain was coming from the bandage being so strong that it was ripping at the hair and the skin on my thing. I'm actually very comfortable without the thing. I didn't take any pain medicine through the whole thing, which everybody thought that was astounding. But I'm not going to take, I don't know, it's just silly to take pain medicine for the most part, because the best you can do is get addicted, right? And I'm a recovering alcoholic of 37 years, and it's just not wise. Okay, so I didn't take any pain medicine, and I threw away the pain medicine, something like that. My sister's really being, it's like living with a bunch of old people right now. I'm living with a bunch of old people, okay? And they are very afraid of the world, and they're the standard American, okay, it's a sad diet, standard American, I don't know what you want to call these people. But the standard American is afraid of everything right now. And when they get over about 50, they really lose all their gumption. And they basically, the sure sign of aging is fear. Okay. Okay. So I had it done on the 21st on Friday. So maybe around the 26th or 27th, maybe 6 days later, I will fly to somewhere in Eastern Europe. Then I'll fly and I'll stay there because it's a new country for me. And I'll stay around for a week, maybe 2 weeks, according to how enjoyable it is. And then I will fly to Israel, where I hope to stay for 2 months. I'm not really worried at all about Israel. I think it's, and I really want to go there right now because it should be a cheaper place to travel and easier to travel without all the last time I was there, the travelers, it was amazing. All the young travelers that were living in this hostel were only there to protest Israel. And that's pretty evil. Okay, but I'm going there, and I have a GoFundMe page, and the GoFundMe link is in the thing. I have about $2,000, $2,500. And that should be enough for really a round trip's going to be about $1,000. So I got about $1,000 to live on, okay, for 1 or 2 months, okay? I don't know. And hopefully some other people give money to help me stay there once they realize I'm really there on the ground and I'm reporting. When I am there, I'm going to try to make videos almost daily, trying to do it. And I'll probably go live and at a few times so I can try to get some input and ideas on what people are interested in. I'm hoping to stay in Tel Aviv, where there's a pretty good beach there. And then I would probably go to Jerusalem, the old city of Jerusalem, and stay there. I think Jerusalem seems to be more expensive than Tel Aviv. I don't know. But I haven't been there for probably 10, 15 years. I don't know when I was there. But life is good. And I'm escaping the United States because I no longer have a car because it's really weird. There's a discharge paper that's really a blanket bulleted, it's a boilerplate document that says if you had a stroke, if you had the doctor said I could go anywhere after a week or 2 weeks, but the paper says 21 days I cannot drive. So screw you guys. I'm going to leave the country because I really do not need this sort of mental derangement, okay? I don't need to live in a situation where people are afraid to let me live the life I want to live, and they basically are controlling me. It's my own fault. I should have probably earned more money in the United States, and if I wouldn't have traveled 26 years and gone to 114 countries, I probably would have had more Social Security. I only get about $669 in Social Security. Right now it seems I get a $172 in Patreon. And so that's it. And then, I'm going to probably do some more GoFundMe pages because I'd like to go to some real high adventure places because nobody now that my mother and father's dead, I really can go. They're the only people I really cared about their emotional status when I go to a dangerous place. And I'm going to Israel to witness what is happening right there. And today is, let's see, it's about the 22nd of November, 2024. And this is all relevant because everything's going to change, and maybe Iran will get up enough gusto to do another bombing raid, and then their iron dome will protect you and whatever. But the goal is here is to witness what is real, because the press, the United States press, the media is at best, there's nothing they say that is true. And it's really a problem. What happens on this, the reason why I think it's a problem is because of they're funded by advertisers, and the advertisers control the news. So the news is now just a piece of the advertising, which is one good argument for X, which is, or Twitter or whatever. But I'm not really involved on Twitter because I just can't be bothered. Okay, I don't have time to deal with this. I have a great life. Okay, and I do a lot of research. I read a lot. My biohacking database is excellent right now. I've got tons of videos on how to stay thin, and I suspect that I should have six-pack abs here by about December 20th. My sister made a joke the other day. So you're going to get a six-pack. Is it a beer or pop, or beer or soda, right? She's funny. I was laughing at her because she's very quick. My family's very good. I have a very good family. On the other side is they're very typical American family. They're cliche. They're afraid of things. They spend their whole time trying to avoid. The sincere and never stop desire for comfort is the end of your life. Okay, at the end of your life, all you can look for is comfort and avoidance of problems, and that is not me. And I'm 70 years old, and I'm in the prime of my life, and I feel that I should be able to live at least 30 to 50 years more. All the Grahams live for a long time. I don't let any chemicals get on my body. I don't use shampoo. I don't use any kind of chemicals, period. And I'm actually having a lot of times, I've had a lot of problems breathing. My eyes have been watering all the time because I'm in a room with carpet, and I don't know, it's just full of crap, right? And all this crap and the dust and the particulate matter is really causing me mental and emotional and physical problems, because I came from a very clean place in Colombia, and I'm now in a gas forced air furnace, blah, blah, blah place, which is the opposite of healthy. Okay. And the United States is, I'm not sure what the value of the United States is anymore, other than to, you can earn a lot of money. And if you did the right situation and you got in the right city and the right job, you can have the separation between how much you earn or whatever. And then I think you could probably, if you was smart, if you're a 20-year-old, you could probably retire at age 40. And that would be the play that I would do if I was going to do this again. I would get a job that paid me unbelievable amounts of money and live as cheap as possible. And then I would set myself free. Okay, but I've been free for 26 years and lived in 114 countries. I'm Andy Lee Graham. Become a Patreon every Sunday nights at about 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're getting on Zoom. It's a little haphazard, because people can't, I don't know, I should be nice, right? I really don't understand people. I have no clue. I don't understand people. I don't really think I want to. I really want to have a good life of doing research and reading and writing books and stuff. I'm writing my 5th book here. It's called The Philosophy of, and I should be publishing it because it'll be 7 volumes, probably 8 volumes. And I think I'll be doing that pretty soon, but I need to get in. One of the really interesting things, when I left the United States and I went to Colombia, I had 5 extra hours of free time during the day because of no car and no whatever. Right now I have no car and I have no way to go anywhere without doing Uber. So I'm really just sort of stranded because the family has taken away the car, and I don't want to ever take this car again, because once they do that, it's just a power play, right? And I don't let anybody get a thumbs down on I never let anybody put me between a rock and a hard place where I have to compromise to put up with their decisions on how I am to live my life. I'm the hero of my life, and I shall stay the hero of my life because I do what is best for me. I make my own choices. I'm responsible for my own choices, and I'm a good man. But on the other side is when somebody wants to try to get me to obey their world, that is not the proper thing. That's abuse to me. Abuse is when you try to force a person by coercion to do something. By if you don't do this, we're not doing this. And the minute you negotiate in that way with me, you end my relationship with you, and I erase you. Okay, because anybody that tries to put me in between a rock and a hard place, I'm going to erase you. Okay, I'm not going to put up with this crap. Okay, I'm Andy Lee Graham. I'm here and you're not. Why not? The United States is a good place. It's really best if you never travel, and I don't want you to travel. I want you to stay home and be a good American citizen and pay taxes and stay away from my world and allow me to travel and stay out of it, okay? Because you're not making the world a better place when you bring all these convoluted, misinterpreted understandings of the world. And this is the problem right now. It's like misinformation is considered real, and people really are not willing to go experience the planet. And then they study everything, and then they go find. It's a self-prophesizing problem. They go find what they're going to look. Don't ever trust any of these documentaries. They're all just made on an agenda. There's hardly anything that you ever see that is real. I really believe that. After 26 years in 114 countries, nothing that you learned about the United States, about the world, is true. All you can really understand is maybe a 100-mile radius of your house. But go experience it. Don't listen to other people's interpretations. And I'm Andy Lee Graham. I've been, my life is good. The operation went good. I'm strong as can be. I have a hair problem because I don't know what to do with this thing. I'm going to let it grow. I'm going to try to go to a little bit longer view, maybe like Brad Pitt. The girl in Colombia kept cutting it short over and over and over again. But I was trying to, shag her, so I kind of compromised because I said, well, maybe she likes this haircut. But I should have stopped her because it would have been halfway to a longer view. So it's got to get longer, then it's got to basically fall down a little, and it's got to be a little bit different. But I really don't care. I'm here and you're not. Why not? What should I say? It's not really surgery. It was a procedure that they did where they ran a pipe up my groin, up the vessels, and put a stent in there. It's very, very, very rare. They've only done 2 in Indiana. My doctor's only done 10 in his life. Nobody else in Fort Wayne has ever done any. I walked into the office with the paper showing what I wanted done, and I said he was very excited when I showed him the picture of what I wanted done because that's what he wanted to do. And I was on the way to Cleveland Clinic to have it done if he didn't do it, because I wasn't going to allow some hack doctor to make the decisions on things. See, they got cutting edge. They got you got your also ran people. You got a whole thing. Only 5% of the planet is really cutting edge, high speed, take advantage of everything. Really, the smartest of the smart. You got to be really careful when you make decisions. You got to be so careful, especially with doctors, because a lot of them it's just a job. Okay, and the guy that did my TBE, thoracic branching, he was really smart. And when I first went in and talked to him, he was giving me all the proper terms to look him up, and he treated me as an adult. He didn't treat me as an infant, and he went through the whole process, letting me make up my decisions. Okay, and we should always treat people with respect. Allow them to do it and try to empathize on what they want and not what we want. If you're telling a person what you want and you're talking to another person, you're not being kind. Okay, empathy is trying to put yourself into their point of view. Okay, but of course none of my family has any clue what I do with my life. They don't watch my videos, they don't read my blog, they don't read my books, they don't do anything like that. They're basically, I don't know, average American people. And I'm grateful to have a good family. On the other side is you kind of wish. And they say, what country are you in? I go, well, I just make a video every day of the week, and really all you got to do is just open up the video and kind of get an idea, but that is too painful for most people. I'm angry. I don't know what to do with the United States. I really want to leave and never come back.